This is the title page, and the name of the story is The Quest. We can see Velma with a ribbon hanging in her neck, and you can see a small little person, a gnome. You can see sand mountains, and we can see a creature flying in the air. You can see the blue sky. On this page we can see two children, Biff and Velma. Biff is wearing a yellow color of shirt and blue jeans, and Velma is wearing a red and white shirt and blue jeans, and both of them are lying upside down. And we can see a bed, and this is Biff's room. We can see her teddy, some notebooks, storybook, some pencils, and Velma is writing a story. I'm writing a story about a quest, said Velma, but I'm stuck. I don't know what to put next. Don't think I can help you, said Biff. It's a journey. What is a quest? It's a journey that someone makes to look for something that has been lost, said Velma. That is called a quest. Biff still didn't understand what Velma meant, so Velma read the story to her. Long, long ago, far away, there was a beautiful land called Ulm. Flowers grew everywhere. Animals lived in the woods, in forest. Everyone was happy there. This is so beautiful. In a big cave deep underground was the crystal bell of Ulm. It was very beautiful. Even in the dark cave it glowed like fire. When it rang, its note was like music. The sound of the bell told every animal, every place, and every tree when it was spring or summer. As there was a man, the evil Grimlock. The Grimlock lived outside Ulm. He lived in the cold, black mountains of Grim. He wanted the crystal bell of Ulm, and he spent years looking for it. At last, Grimlock found the bell. Now it will be mine forever, he said. Grimlock took the bell back to the land of Grim. He carried it through the forest. There he crossed a rocky desert. At last he reached the castle, high in the mountains. In the sunlight, the bell looked so beautiful that Grimlock could not bear to look at it. Without the bell, the land of Ulm became dark and grey. Flowers grew in the winter and were killed by the frost. Snow fell in the summer. The people of Ulm were sad and unhappy. All the beauty had gone from the land, and all the days were cold and long. Velma looked at Biff. That is as far as I've got it, she said. What do you think? It's brilliant, said Biff. So will someone go on a quest to try and get the bell back? That's right, said Velma. But it will have to be someone brave like a knight. At the same time as the girls were discussing the story, Dad came into Biff's room. Biff and Chip had to go to the dentist for a checkup. I don't know how long I'll be at the dentist, said Biff. Do you want to go home, Velma? Do you mind if I'll stay and get on with my story? Asked Velma. I've got an idea. After Biff had gone, Velma picked up the pen and began to write her story about the quest. A girl should bring back the crystal bell, she thought. Yes, a girl should go on the quest. Suddenly the magic key began to glow, and Velma was taken into the magic adventure all of a sudden. The door opened, and the magic took Velma to the land of Ulm. The land was cold and bare. Grimlock was waiting for Velma. He was behind a tree. He was hiding himself. He wanted to look at Velma from going on the quest. He wanted to stop her from going there. So he was listening to what she's about to do. As Velma went by, Grimlock said, Hello, dear. What are you doing here in the forest? I can tell you, an old woman. Velma thought, I'm going to rescue the crystal bell from the evil Grimlock, she said. Grimlock pointed. Then go that way, he said. Grimlock disguised himself in an old woman. She became an old woman wearing a green and white color of long cloak, and he was hanging a basket in a cap, and he had a long stick, and Wilma thought she is old. Wilma went along the path that Grimlock had showed her. Soon the ground became wet and muddy. Wilma's feet sank into the mud. Is this really the right way? She wondered. Suddenly she sank into a muddy swamp. Oh, help! I'm sinking! Help me, somebody! Wilma was frightened. She was sinking deeper and deeper. She couldn't get out of the swamp. Suddenly she saw a white unicorn standing on an edge of the swamp. Don't be frightened, he said. Hang on to this branch and I'll pull you out. Quickly, jump on my back, cried the unicorn. We must get away. As the unicorn galloped through the forest, Grimlock fired an arrow at Wilma. You run back the crystal bell, he shouted. You cannot take it. You'll never get past the dragon, he said. At last the unicorn stopped. You must go on alone, he said. It is as far as I can go. There is a ring tied to a ribbon round my neck. Take the ring. It will only give you one wish, so don't waste it. Wilma took the ring and the unicorn galloped away. Wilma walked across a rocky desert. She was hot and tired. She almost wished for a drink, but she stopped. She didn't want to waste her wish. Then she heard a shout. It was a gnome. Help me, someone shouted the gnome. Be quick before it is too late. Wilma untied the gnome. Oh, thank you, he cried. I was tied up here by Grimlock. This is where he feeds his dragon. But why did he want to feed you to the dragon? Asked Wilma. Because I burned his toast, said the gnome. Wilma untied the gnome. Oh, thank you, he cried. I was tied up here by Grimlock. This is where he feeds his dragon. But why did he want to feed you to the dragon? Asked Wilma. Because I burnt his toast, said the gnome, when I was feeding him for lunch. Began to tremble. Oh no, he squeaked. The dragon is coming for dinner. Oh, help, said Wilma. He looked at the ring. Maybe I could use this to wish to kill the dragon. The gnome gave her a lemon. Try this, he said. Dragons hate lemons. They can't bear them. Wilma began to peel the lemon. Will the dragon run away? She asked. Don't know, said the gnome. I've never tried it. This is a chance to find out. Issue, tissue. When the dragon, it gave a terrible roar and flew away. Hooray, shouted the gnome. You did it. I was very frightened, said Wilma. But the lemon worked. The gnome handed Wilma a mirror. Take this mirror. You'll need it to kill the basilisk. The basilisk is even worse than the dragon, he said. He has a bag and he's wearing red colored shoes and he's looking like a joker. He has a cap on and he has a lot of plenty little things in his bag. What's a basilisk? Asked Wilma. And how can I kill it with a mirror? Its eyes can kill you, said the gnome. When you see it, don't look into his eyes, or you'll be turned into stone. Hold up the mirror and let it look into its own eyes, and that's the way he will be turned into a statue of stone. As the basilisks arrived, does it work? Asked Wilma. I don't know, said the gnome. I've never tried it. This is a chance to find out. Suddenly, with a great roar, the basilisk charged at them. Wilma held up the mirror and the monster was killed by its own terrible eyes. Oh no! Hurrah! Hurrah! Called the gnome. gnome, you did it. See, it's working. He has turned to stone. I was really frightened, said Wilma. You are brave and good, said the gnome. We've never met a brave, good person before. I'm going to help you with your quest, said the gnome. The gnome took Wilma up the mountain to Grimlock's castle. They went up a steep path. The gnome knew a secret way to the castle, this way to the kitchen. Whispered the gnome, come on, but don't make a sound. He bent his back and Wilma climbed on it, and there was a window. She stepped through it, and you can see a trunk, a dustbin full of garbage, and that's the way to enter the castle. Wilma and the gnome didn't see anyone in the castle. At last they came to the room where the crystal bell was hanging. Wilma gasped. Oh, when she saw it, she couldn't believe how beautiful it was. I've been expecting you, said Grimlock. Wilma and the gnome were pushed by the wall, and the gnome's bag fell down. As you can see his things coming out from the bag. And you can spend the night here, hissed Grimlock. Tomorrow I'll feed you both to the dragon. Oh dear, said the gnome. What shall we do now? Wilma looked at the magic ring. It's time for me to make my wish, she said. Wilma's wish started to work. The bell began to ring. Its sound grew louder and louder. It rang so loudly through the castle that the cups and the saucers all broke, and the glass in the windows cracked. Hour after hour the bell rang. Grimlock's ears hurt as the bell grew louder and louder. Oh, stop it! Grimlock couldn't bear the noise any longer. He tried so to smash the bell with a hammer, but it wouldn't break. Stop it, said Grimlock. I can't stand it. The sound of the bell will kill me. I think my ears will burst now. At last, Grimlock was on his knees begging Wilma and the gnome to stop the bell from sounding. At last, Grimlock asked Wilma if she could make the bell stop ringing. I can, said Wilma, but you must let me take it back to Ulm. If you don't, it will keep on ringing again and again. It will never stop. Take it away, said Grimlock. Take it back to Ulm. So Wilma and the gnome took the bell back to Ulm, and the quest was over. When the bell returned, beauty came to the land of Ulm again. Birds sang, flowers bloomed, and new leaves grew on the branches of the trees. Everyone cheered. Wilma and the gnome were very happy. Oh wow, the mountains, the greenery has returned to the land of Ulm. The magic key began to glow. It's time for me to go, said Wilma. She gave the ring to the gnome. The magic is used up, she said, but keep the ring to remember the quest. The gnome's eyes filled with tears. Thank you, he said. I shall never forget you. You can see a very beautiful pond and some swans and ducks in the pond, a rabbit and some birds and beautiful trees and greenery all around. Wilma returned from the quest. Biff also came back from the dentist. Sorry I was there so late. It took me a long time, she said. Did you finish your story? Did they get the bell back? Wilma gave Biff her book. Why don't you find out by yourself, said Wilma. You can read it if you like. So that's the end of the story and the quest. I hope you like it. If you did, please do subscribe, comment and share. And please don't forget to hit the bell icon. Thank you.